Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video is composed of things that I tinkered with throughout the day. For step-by-step detailed instructions of those tasks, you can click on the links in the comment section below. This video should contain tips and tricks of things that I've learned throughout the year. Now, I only plan on leaving this video posted for about 30 days. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching. Kicking off the day on my way to Home Depot. I could not find my drill bit at the house. Didn't want to pack too much more stuff to find it, so I'm going to go pick up a new one. I can't imagine it costing more than $7 or $8, so the time saved will be worth it. But I'm going to get a drill bit and show you guys how to get this bumper off if you're ever in this circumstance that I'm in, where the bumper bolts rusted off, broken off when you try to remove them, and you have to take extreme measures. Now, sometimes those rear brackets are so rusted on vehicles that they actually cause the bracket support to break and the bumper sags. In my situation, the bumper is destroyed by a fire, so it really don't matter how I get this off, as long as I get it off to get a new bumper on there, replacement bumper on there. So this will show you how to get it, and hopefully you're not in this situation with needing to keep that bumper, because this may be a little drastic. But you know, really the way I'm getting this off, it's still, I guess, okay. The skin is not going to be damaged, so this is going to be a good thing, I think. So stay tuned. Hopefully the wind will not pick up. We're supposed to have 60-mile-an-hour winds today here in Albuquerque. Right now it appears to be calm. I hope to have this bumper removed and other stuff removed within the hour. It's a couple minutes to 10. Hopefully I'm done with this car by 11. So, you know, it's probably unrealistic seeing how I got to deal with that tape stuff, but at any rate, I'm gonna give it a try. It's normally very sunny here, but as you can see, it's very cloudy. We even have clouds covering our mountaintops out there in the horizon. So this is not one of our normal beautiful sunny days here in Albuquerque. This is actually a gloomy day. They're saying we're going to get rain, but they've been saying that for the last 3 or 4 hours. I always doubt the rain situation. In the direction the rain is supposed to be coming from, it's actually starting to clear up. So it's called a hole saw, and this one should go through metal. So I'm gonna get out of here. It's like $11, so the cost of losing your stuff. I already have one of these somewhere from my days of working on houses and remodeling houses and fixing my houses. I had a set that I used to drill into metal doors to install doorknobs and latches and stuff like that. So I just got to get all that stuff organized. Never have been able to unpack everything from my move here 3.5 years ago. So that's some of that stuff needs to be thrown in the trash. But I have seen that hole saw not long ago. I just don't have the time to dig it out. I didn't get that car over there to the paint shop. Before I get started, I'm going to answer a couple of questions viewers have or may still have. Number one, what happened with the insurance company and the vehicle? Well, the insurance company wanted to give me about $22.43 or something like that. That was the cost of the damage and total the vehicle. Well, that was unacceptable for this rare vehicle, so I told them they can pay me $5,900 and keep the vehicle and total it out. Well, they didn't want to do that, so after we went round and round, they decided to pay me the cost of the damage and not total the vehicle out, which is fine with me. I didn't want the vehicle totaled. It's a rare vehicle. A vehicle with a salvage title is not desirable. So I took the damage cost repair, and supposedly this vehicle is not going to have any title problems. If it does, I'll just sue them for the balance of the money, probably up around $8,000. So hopefully they did the right thing. I did my part. With the damage on the vehicle and them repairing it and do a partial paint job, that's something that I did not want to happen. So I would prefer that the vehicle have a very good quality professional paint job. That is why I am getting involved with doing some of this work myself. I figure if I prep it properly, that should enable the paint shop to spray it easier and quicker, and not have any issues with painting door handles and trim and all that other stuff. I just do not want a subpar paint job on the car. So I'm prepping it as best I can for them to just spray it and then fix a couple of door dings, and then the car be very good quality paint job that's not messy. And the cost of me prepping it saved off the paint job will offset the balance of the car being painted, a couple of door dings and stuff like that. So it should be a wash. Another question a couple people had was if the engine's still ticking. By the time I got the car here, the engine was no longer ticking. Quiet as a mouse, smooth as a bell. You know, the engine was not new. It had about 112,000 miles on it, and I didn't expect that it would tick very long. You know, being that it's a used engine, I failed to properly take care of the lifters. I didn't submerge them in oil. That's why they tick 5-10 minutes, or your first drive should quiet them down. So I'm gonna go ahead, unlock the car, fire it up so you guys can hear it, and finish dealing with this rear bumper is my priority. This car actually sounds better than mine, and it doesn't smoke a drop. When I had the cylinders exposed before I bolted the head on it, I actually rolled the engine around, and every time I got a piston down low, I wiped the cylinder wall with a oil saturated rag. So I basically oiled the cylinder walls. That way it fired right up really quick when we put it back together. So here it is. As you hear it, quiet as a bell. Not a dash of smoke out of the tailpipe. And man, this car is as quiet as mine. Mine ticks a little bit if it's been sitting a day for about a second or two, then it quiets down. So this car is running and sounding good. Alright, here's the situation with the bumper. The bolts that bolt the bumper to the brackets has failed. They were corroded. When I tried to pull them off, they broke on me, fell out. Half the bolt's still in, half of it is out. So over here you can see the top of the bolts that I'm referring to. Well, that's not a nut that's casted into the bracket. You can't get that out, so I'm in kind of a fix here. So this is my solution. I took the wings loose. I undid the fasteners on the sides that fastened it to the skirt. That allowed the bumper to hang down like this. Well, you don't have to tear that. I did that trying to pull it off. But you can actually flip the bumper up if you have the wheels off the ground. I'm going to put this back on ramps. Then I'm going to drill holes in this metal through this layer so that I can get to the bolts that mount the bracket to the frame of the car. Each side has 2 bolts. I'm going to drill that, show you that, and that way if you're ever in a situation where you can't get the bumper off, you can do it this way. Because this bumper normally has the 2 bolts under it, the rivets on the skirts, and the 2 wing bolts that go right there. And this thing slides off. It's normally a 15-minute deal at worst. Then once you get it pulled away, this aluminum is attached to this plastic. Then you can unscrew several screws across the top and the bottom to take the plastic and styrofoam off of the aluminum. Let me go ahead, get the car up in the air and get started. You got to have the car up in the air so that you can pivot this far enough down where you can get that drill under there and drill the holes that I'm going to drill. Thing I'm going to do is come under here and saturate these bolts. There's one there. I'm going to hit it with a wire brush, saturate it. One up there I already got almost out. I'm going to saturate it. That way when I get my access holes drilled, I won't have a problem with them coming out, because they may be rusty as well. Not much rust down here. It's mainly the rust on the bracket. The car is fine. You want to use PB Blaster or liquid wrench. You may want to do this a couple days ahead of time. Maybe that would have avoided the bolt from breaking off up in that hole. Nonetheless, this is where I'm at. Anytime you're working under a car, you do want to wear eye protection. Get a lot of dirt falling and other things. You don't want that stuff getting in your eye, so wear some eye protection. I got a 1 1/4 bit 32 millimeter. A 1-inch bit may have worked. Nonetheless, you want to come under here from where you have to drill this hole and estimate how high into the metal you need to drill it. So here, that bolt is that high, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to drill that about this high. Having a hole there should allow me to reach that bolt head with a socket. So I'm going to fold the bumper up like this and drill that hole. And I got to make sure I got it lined up right. Let me mark it. That's where I'm going to drill my hole. Let me get something to hold my bumper back and get to drilling. These saws are made for steel doors, so it should go through that aluminum relatively easy. Fingers crossed. Put a bucket there. Use anything to keep the bumper held back so you can have access to drill your hole. Usually drilling in metal, speed is not desired, so take it nice and easy, kind of slow, and go ahead and drill your hole. Let me do this with 2 hands. I got through there in less than a minute. To my surprise, there's a piece of metal that's been stamped in the way. So I'm going to put something in there, a screwdriver or something, to try to bend that tab back so I can reach the bolt head. I'm surprised that tab is there because there wasn't nothing over this bolt hole. So that's kind of tricky for me. That thing is too thick and hard to pry. I don't have a good position to pry it, so I'm gonna go ahead and drill through that as well. As you can see, I'm through the tab. That's the head of the bolt. Let me PB Blaster that, drill the other side, and then try to remove these bolts. You may not be able to see this very well, but I'm gonna do this one in real time. I got the camera propped up on the tool there, so you can see how long this actually takes to get through here. I got that other piece of metal in here. Let me knock that out first with a screwdriver. I'm gonna start drilling. Bucket moved. Even with these issues, you'll get to see real time. Alright, I hit the metal, so I need to back my bit out because I wasn't going fast enough. There it is. That's all it takes. There you have it. I'm through this side, but I'm actually too high. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. Cut down on a little bit of an angle to get access to that other nut there, because I don't have enough access to it there. I should have went a little lower on this hole. And there's the bits from the drilling process. I'm getting this outer bolt through this access here, and then I'll get the lower bolt through that hole I drilled. So that bolt is essentially out there. Now let me put this thing through the hole and get the other bolt. And there you have it. The bumper's off. The wind's picking up, so I'm probably not going to be able to record much more. But these bolts are still stuck in here, so I have those replacement brackets. I'll get the rest of what I need to properly get the next bumper on. Getting this used to be clear protection tape off is another hassle. Now I'm washing the car with what no man should ever consider washing this car with. So I guess I'll call it scrubbing it down with Scotch-Brite pads. Another 3 hours. I'm going to show you where the drain holes for the trunk go. And as I rinse this off, you see those tubes down there. Water comes out of there after they enter the drain up on top. So let me open up the trunk so you can see where the water comes in to come out down there. I'm showing you the trunk drains. They go in there and they come out here on both sides. You can normally clean them out with a long zip tie. I'll show you the one that I use. I use this one right here. They quit putting those drains in probably 98, the S70 vehicles. Well, I gotta say, it looks pretty good for a car needing to be painted. Nonetheless, I'm going to tape off the mirrors and take this car over there. I'm exhausted, I'm done, I give, and let them finish it up from there. Charge me what they make. It's about 1:30. I've had enough. I'm gonna go ahead and take the car over there, let them finish it up, show them how I want my mirror taped up. Don't want nothing on it. I was gonna tape up a window, but I'm not. At any rate, this should be plenty for them to work on. So I'm gonna take this with me, have them paint this, and I'm gonna toss that bumper on top of the car too and drive on over there. It's windy, and there she is, about to get her paint. She's got a couple of spots that she's gonna get dent repair on. She's gonna be beautiful. Ready to roll. I was able to get the styrofoam out of that bad bumper, and I'll work on getting these brackets off of this aluminum. So I think I'm gonna be good to go. I don't have to buy any more of these bumper parts from the junkyard. You pull it. Used cars for sale. Buy them before we put them out to be picked. Buy them before they get crushed. Just checked over my little stash for the sale tomorrow for my manual shift conversion. They seem to all still be there, so come by early tomorrow, grab that stuff and get with it. Over the past few days, I have not seen my turn signal stock, so I need to pull one for the great sale tomorrow. That one has decent numbers on it. Let me check a couple others so I can get the cleanest one. Looks like the first one I checked is the cleanest, so let me go back and get that organized and see what else is out here. And we got a 93 here with them big funny headlights. Oh, look at it, it's got a bad turn signal stock too. 2002 V70 2.4T. Body doesn't look too bad. It's probably down here for running issues. Niagara University alumni. It don't look like it came from up north. Driver's seat not too bad. Yep, my guess is had a bad head or something. Timing belt still looks intact. Swedish Auto Inc. VolvoFix.com. Wonder if that's up near Chicago. Had a timing belt 2011.